congratulations, you made it to Friday. Let's celebrate with one last daily fix until next week when Monday rears its ugly head again. Coming up, the collective efforts of Helldivers players have unlocked mech suits, but there's a catch. Spider-Man 2 got its long-promised New Game Plus update, but the devs might have included more features than they meant to. And finally, there's rumblings that Warner Bros. Discovery might delist everything published by Adult Swim Games from digital storefronts. Zaslav! Over 100,000 Helldivers did a hell of a job freeing the planet Tien Kwan from the angry robots who may or may not have been normal people if you read any of the crazy Reddit theories about the game. The operation to liberate the planet was part of the metagame to introduce mechs into the gameplay. So with the planet free and mech production at full capacity, we can all call down exosuits and start stomping all over those socialist tin cans or gross bugs, whichever. There is a catch though. You've got to reach level 25 and earn enough credits to unlock your mech suit. The XO45 Patrol Exosuit, as it's officially called in the game, is locked behind a level requirement which puts them out of reach for a lot of players, and you're going to need 20,000 requisition to buy this stratagem from the store before you can use it in battle. It's been a crazy couple of weeks for developer Arrowhead, who released the game to critical raves, and then a rush of democracy-loving gamers overloaded their servers. Helldivers 2's first balance patch, released earlier in the week, also changed the way hardcore Helldivers prepared their loadouts, and as one can imagine, it didn't go over very well at first. But the game's meta-narrative about a galactic war against mindless bugs and anti-democracy robots has won over thousands of players, and the tactic of holding back the release of a cool item, like mechs, seemed kind of odd at first. I was definitely vocal about not getting a mech day one, but unlocking them by rallying Super Earth's defenders via a call to arms over social media was a pretty genius move. Anyway, let's move on to the next story so I can go level up my Helldivers so I can go stomping around in a big metal suit. Give me my mech! Insomniac Games finally released the New Game Plus update for Spider-Man 2 this week, adding not only the aforementioned mode, but also some new suits, photo options, and more. But this latest patch also includes access to a dev menu that, as the name suggests, is intended for behind-the-scenes developer use only. Insomniac addressed the issue on Twitter, basically admitting that the dev menu was made available by mistake, but it should not be used or you risk corrupting your save file and messing with your trophies. The post said, quote, "We're aware the latest game update may have inadvertently allowed access to a development game menu. There's a hotfix on the way. Please note that using this menu could corrupt your saves and trophy progress. There is no risk associated with playing the game as intended." Apparently it's not that hard to access the menu, and we would tell you how if we wanted, but we'd rather not risk corrupting your trophies or our relationship with Sony. But if you're a badass who isn't scared of getting in trouble like we are, I'm sure a quick Google search will find you all the answers you need. And finally, there are fresh fears among some indie devs that WB Discovery could be delisting games published by Adult Swim Games. Owen Deary, an indie developer behind Small Radio's Big Televisions, tweeted that Warner Bros. Discovery informed him that the game would be delisted from digital storefronts in the next 60 days. According to the email, WB Discovery said it can no longer support Small Radio's Big Televisions due to, quote, internal business changes. Other devs have reportedly received similar notices. Matt Cain, one of the creators of Fist Puncher, said via the game's Steam page that WB Discovery had been in touch with him as well. Cain wrote, quote, "We asked that Warner Bros. Simply transfer the game to our Steam publisher account so that it can stay active, but so far they have said no, with the reason being that they made the universal decision not to transfer the games back to the original studios and do not have the resources to do so." He then added, "No, the transfer process is not complicated, it likely takes about 2 minutes on their end." This news isn't official quite yet, but considering WB Discovery's recent track record ever since current CEO David Zaslav has taken over, it wouldn't be that surprising. He's implemented drastic cost-cutting measures that have seen programming pulled from streaming service Max, and some movies just being cancelled even after photography was finished, like Batgirl and Coyote vs. Acme, which I am still mad about. Meanwhile, major retailers like Best Buy are no longer carrying physical media like Blu-rays, and most indie games don't get physical releases in the first place, so it's dark times for entertainment preservation. Well, that was kind of a bummer of a note to go out on, and here's an even worse one. Famed manga artist and character designer Akira Toriyama has passed away. He may have been best known for his work on Dragon Ball, but he also had a huge impact in games as well. I covered that on today's Entertainment Fix, so go check that out if you're not sad enough, or if you just want like a crash course on his legacy. I'm Max Scoville. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'll see you next time.